somehow, in past teachings and studies that you've actually had back at the tower, you've actually been known. You remember that maybe this staff could prevent maybe mishaps or spells flubbing out, possibly because of the oaks of the Brazilian forest, They actually
Well,
definitely seem to enchant the caster. Well, the mage.
do you have anything better? This seems only slightly better than what I have now.
I've got another one. He pulls out a wooden iron short quarterstaff, and it seems to be made of mahogany heartwood. Mm-hmm. Hmm?
Let me do a magic check on that one also.
All right. You can actually sense. You can actually sense that there's some sort of entropy to this staff. You can sense that it has something to do with the field of magic and entropy.
Well, this one seems better. Anything else that you have?
Yeah, but not for staves. I just don't think so. I'm all out.
All
I
right.
say, as impressive as those were, I'm very sentimentally attached to mine and would literally not trade it for everything you carry on both of these tarts.
Yeah, you'd be missing out.
Then I will miss out.
I ask him if he's carrying any grenades.
Ooh, grenades. That's the G word. Those are very volatile. I don't carry those.
Yeah.
No, not here. No, I don't. No way. Last time I had grenades on one of me wagons, knocked a couple wheels off, if you know what I'm saying.
That's why you place it in a spot where they're not gonna fall and explode.
Whilst all of this conversation is going on, can I do some kind of magic check on the bows that are there? Kind of like, not necessarily in its eye line, but, not trying to necessarily hide anything, but just do a magic check on the bows. Does anyone encompass magical?
There's
to roll for that?
There's a beautiful whitewood longbow. There's definitely a beautiful whitewood longbow. And then there's also another bow as well. Just looks like just a normal bow. But it does have several. It looks like it has several wolf tails hanging off of it as trinkets. Nothing too ordinary.
Would I be able to discern any more in the short time during their conversations? Do I need to do a magic check for that?
I'd love for you to do a magic check. I love to see checks.
Any bonuses, but I actually have primal.
What's up, Dennis Amenacy? I appreciate the comment, man.
18 with 1 stump point. No, I'm kidding.
You notice there are several runes that sort of fade in and out on this the whitewood bow. Definitely appears to be magical, that's for sure. You can definitely tell that this bow is enchanted with magic.
And what about the other one that was more plain looking? Does anything bring out on that?
It doesn't appear to be created by any type of any mage or anything, but you think it you're getting a weird vibe from this bow, and
It's a vibe coming from the actual.
You would actually have to study more on this bow. Although, like I said, there are several, portions of wolf tail that are actually hanging off as trinkets, and upon closer inspection, you can actually notice that there's several canines as well of where the actual the arrow notches against the bow. You can
Yeah.
actually see that there's several canines that actually balance the arrow.
I walk towards where Elephane is waiting, and kind of very quietly mention that she may be interested in, I kind of note and mention those two bows to her. That there may be something of interest in those two bows for her.
Duly noted. I will ask once Vey has completed what she's wanted to do.
And
Check
then
the
that's me
swords.
shutting up for the next 10 minutes.
Yep. While Belle and Elephane are girl talking, I want to ask this guy how much he wants for these staffs.
What do you have to trade? Do you have anything to barter?
The only thing I'm willing to part with is gold.
I tell you what. I will take... He kind of consults his wife a little bit. Well, he has to go over to his wife. She's at the first cart. Several riders have stopped. They are actually purchasing several things, and then he's over there consulting with her. So you're noticing all of this, and it seems like they actually purchased some vials. So it looks like they're just purchasing potions, and then they take off. Talks to her for a few minutes, and he goes, ah! And he turns around, comes back to the back, and says, I will take 6 gold for any of the staffs. 6 gold per. But I will give you 3 gold for the bottle of wine. I will give you full price.
I'll do 3 gold for the wine.
Who's got the wine? He's like licking his
Elephant has the
chops.
wine.
Ah,
Oh,
hey.
look at that! I've suddenly got 3 crates of the stuff in mine. Where did that come from? I'm kidding.
I remember when you said you had a bottle of that wine. I remember that.
No, I
Yep.
wouldn't have had a bottle of it.
I always carry it around.
No, I wouldn't have done because I don't drink.
But now is it unopened though? Because I remember you set
This
off.
one isn't open.
Okay.
I drank the cheap wine before.
Oh. It's the old Sneaky Pete. He goes, this better not be Sneaky Pete. Don't
Sneaky
mind
Pete
me.
died the other night. He tried to steal some of our wine.
Sneaky
I cut his head
Pete.
off.
Sneaky Pete. And he says that he will give you 3 gold for the bottle of wine. But he turns back to Vey and says, if you want the staff, we'll call it 5 gold. And then his wife kind of slaps him on the shoulder. Rock, I want to make a sale.
Did he
I
make
got-
an offer for the spices at all?
I will
I would
give
take
you...
the 3 gold and give 2 to Vey for her staff.
Dave, I pull out the deer hide and the hellboar and Lupina herb from my bag, and would this help at any towards the purchase of her staff?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
stuff
know.
I've already got.
I think he's asking too much for this staff.
Well, you have the 2 gold if you want to get it. To add to whatever you got.
Thank you, Elephane, but I think he should really give us a good deal because we're going to set up a partnership.
Barter with it. Give him the what for.
Is there any way to barter, sir? I have a barter focus.
Do you really have a barter focus?
I do.
Nice. Wow, I'm actually impressed with that.
I
Yeah.
have bargaining.
Let's I'll do a roll off with you. Let me figure out what kind of roll off I want to do. I'm thinking
I tell Alexander that I only have 2 gold to give.
I have almost 3.
I'm
I
gonna
say
say I'm gonna say a cunning. I don't
Is he
think it
being
would be.
honest with it being the best price? Because it could be deception if he isn't being honest.
Went in
Communication
towards
deception.
honest.
I'm gonna give you a DC. So go ahead and give me a roll.
18.
All right. So how are you explaining this?
I'm just explaining that we could possibly supply you with a crate, maybe 2-3 crates, and if you just 2-3 crates of wine when it is prepared for maybe some purchasing of your goods.
And how
Maybe
many
set him-
bottles are in these crates?
There
Maybe we could set him up as an exclusive distributor of our wine.
or that.
Mm.
Or would you like to distribute someone? We'll go with a 50-50 split.
Licensed distributor, not exclusive.
A license, yes, 50-50 split.
That's a very tempting offer. I tell you what. I'll give you the staff for 3 gold, and then his wife says, "Rock, rock." She's pissed off now, and she storms off and sits up on the top of her wagon.
I just like this crude smirk and laugh.
He says, "I'll tell you what. I'll give you the staff for 3." And that staff is worth more than 3. And which staff are you talking about, Vay? The branch or the short quarter staff?
The second one,
The iron
without
entry
the
one?
without the worms.
Okay, that's the quarter staff.
The entropy one.
He actually says that we will break ground here, but I want to go to Ventiver. I want to check out your establishment, and I want to see if it's true. And I hope it's true because I don't want to have to track you down. But I'll do this out of good faith. You are what appears to be a mage, I would think, because of your awesome Circle Tower, generic Lake Callahan Dock staff, your Acme staff.
Oh, yawn.
He's reluctant. He says, "I will give it to you for that." And you're getting a good deal. And that'll break the ground, and then we'll talk about numbers later.
I asked Bill to write something up for Bentley and Ashar to know if he goes there to know they're coming and what is going on, so he just doesn't randomly show up.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
So
who
you're
did you ask? Sorry.
I asked Bill because I don't
Oh,
think
okay.
Alexander could write possibly that well.
I write a very brief kind of note of introduction to Bentley and Ashara. And what was this gentleman's name?
His name is Rock. R-A-H-K.
Right.
Rock.
Okay. So I basically want to just briefly introduces him and his lovely wife.
My beautiful wife, Ayla.
Yes, and says that they are to be shown hospitality of the farm, and that, just to confirm to him that, we are the proprietors, blah blah blah, and then etc. etc.
Sounds like a winner. He says that he probably won't be able to make it out there for probably several more months. So he's got business. Harvest time, huh? Eh? Did I just hear harvest time?
May not. It depends what your little ears can hear, Mr. Dorf. Surprised that you haven't fallen into the sky yet.
Alright, I'm going to buy that stuff. And I'm going to give gold back to Elephane. And I now owe him 1 extra gold. Sorry.
He hands you the staff. And this staff is almost weightless. It's actually a beautiful staff, actually. It's wood and iron.
I will ask him about the 2 bows that Bell noted on earlier.
And he pulls this butte off, and it's actually his wife says, "You better not sell that bow." And he says, don't listen to her. Everything's for sale here.
It sounds like you're out shit creek without a very large paddle.
He says, which bow would you like to look at?
I will look at the whitewood one first.
This is exquisite work. And you pick this up, and this bow as well has almost no weight to it. It seems perfectly balanced. And you know that you could hit something from 500 yards probably with this. You just sense that this bow is very very well crafted. The strings are great.
Will he allow me to fire it?
I might let you take it for a test spin.
Alright, I will knock an arrow and fire one to a tree. At a pretty good distance away, of course.
Oh yeah, give me a roll. Stationary tree, you're only hitting a low number. Oh yeah, you're able to launch it right into the exact spot as even your bow that you've been using for all these years. Your bow is nowhere near accurate as this.
She actually hits the tree so hard and so straight and so true.
It shatters the
Actually
tree.
gets skirmished 18 feet.
It explodes.
The tree just explodes into a billion splinters.
I got 3 stump points on
Yeah,
it, so I'll skirmish
ergo
it.
the skirmished 18 feet.
You uproot this tree, and this thing just moves, digging the leaving a trench behind it.
No, it moves 3 feet and then it falls prone.
Would I know if this is of elven make?
You notice that the runes could possibly be elvish.
Alright, I would test the one with the wolf tails on it as
Alright.
well.
You fire it. It's off a little bit, but it's still nonetheless it's still a great bow. But you don't think the quality is of the white bow.
Okay.
You've actually taken quite a liking to this bow. But you like the other bow as well, so
I will inquire about the whitewood one. How much he wants for it?
that one I have to have 6 gold for that. That I cannot take any more. Any less than that. I meant to say any less than that. He says I can't take any less than that. That's probably a one of a kind bow. And I've had that bow for many years. My wife as well. She's come quite attached to that bow actually. And she's just kind of saying nothing. She's just sitting in the cart. Are you ready to go yet? But if you want the other bow, I'll take 2. I'll take 2.5 for that.
I will tell him I'll give him 5.
Anything else to barter? Maybe another bottle of wine? Huh?
Can I do a perception check to see if he's actually being honest about everything he's saying about the bow? Like that he's been in their family for a long time and, he's really super attached and like 6 is the best that he can actually do.
Sure.
Would it be perception or communication?
Let me read something real quick. I don't think it would be. No, it wouldn't be. I would probably say communication deception.
Cool, I actually have that.
No, you actually you
16.
think that he's definitely sincere And you can tell that his wife is a little upset with letting it go, but it's like he tells you, he's had it for a while, but he knew that one day someone would probably be able to acquire this, but his wife would take it a little hard. But it's he says it's business, so it's.
I will tell him I will give him 4 gold in a vial of extremely rare dark spawn spider venom.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hmm. $4,600. Well, 4.6, and you got a deal.
You mean 4 gold, 60 silver?
Wasn't it? What's
It's
100 silver?
silver,
Okay.
4 gold.
What
yeah.
was I thinking? Yeah. Yeah, 60 silver, 4.6. Too many games I'm playing, guys.
No, that's why I was just.
Yeah, I'll do that.
No, I
confirming,
appreciate
that's
it.
all.
Yeah, he'll do 4.6.
I'll do that.
All right. And he says, on this deal, just consider me for partnership if you want to sell Endenarum. That's the one stipulation
Yes, sir.
that I have.
I kind of gesture to the note that I've given him and saying that is a sign of good faith, and if you present that at the Fulgar farm, you will see that what we speak of is the truth.
Mm. All right. Anybody else?
Does he? I wouldn't know how to check for this, but does he have any like above quality like bastard swords? Something that just looks truly freaking amazing and magical.
He's got a pretty nice longsword. You can see the hilt of a longsword as well.
I kind of reach in to grab it, but I go, "It's the longsword for sale," and I can't go and get it.
He says, everything is for sale if the price is right.
I pull it out and I kind of swing it in the air.
Exactly,
What
Dennis.
happens? Does it feel fast, slow?
Oh, it's
What?
balanced. It's very light, especially down towards the hilt.
I
You
do
s-
some like Canary sword hand trick.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you can do a kata or whatever you want to do with it, and it's definitely nice.
I turn to him and go, "I'll give you 2 gold and 20. I'll give you 2 gold and 25 silver for it."
Ah, that's fine because I was only wanting the gold for it. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I'm just I'm trying to barter.
How much?
That's 2
He's.
gold and 25 silver.
What do you have to trade there?
I have 2 herbs, a deer hide.
No, 6 gold.
I have some lesser healing potions. I have some horse
It
feed.
appears this blade is also possibly enchanted with silver as well. As you look at it closer.
Yeah. In total, I have 2. I'm 2 silver off 3 gold.
I'll take 2.5 gold, so 250.
That is fine. I hand him the 250, and I put the new sword just above the bastard sword.
All right, thank you for doing business. Yeah,
Thank-
and unfortunately,
Move this along. Does anything strike me as interesting for me?
I mean, what are you looking for? There's plenty of potions and
No, not really interested in any potions.
cloak. There's the armor. There's.
Would I know if that's okay?
I have
Out
no
of game
guess, actually.
question. Would I know if
Okay.
that armor would encumber me so that I'd have to spend more mana to cast a spell? Would I know whether that armor is flexible enough so it wouldn't encumber my movement, so I wouldn't have to spend extra mana to cast a spell? That's an out of game question. I can't think how to ask it in game.
Yeah, let's see. Well, it's heavy leather, so yeah, it would definitely probably strain you some. You would, yeah, you definitely know that it would strain you.
And still out of game, would I know what benefit it would give me to my armor?
Oh, yeah, the armor rating is 5.
Or would strain me
Crap.
5 as well, or would it strain
But
me
I mean,
less?
I would. It's 5, but I would modify it down because of the the house rule. So
Okay. No. You mentioned a cloak. I mean, am I getting any
Magical
from
juju.
that? Yes.
this is actually. It looks to be. It has a sort of a sticky sense to it. And it looks to be, and he goes, "Oh yes, this is the spider silk cloak."
Which
And
actually would probably suit our thing more. If it's what I think it is. Can I do some kind of arcane lore check to know?
Oh, absolutely.
Anything to?
Yeah, absolutely. There's some
another lore
boots.
that
There's
I
another
also have.
necklace. There's a helm. There's rings.
14.
Well, yeah, that's good enough. You can actually tell that you sense that there's primal magic in this cloak.
Can I have an extra piece of information? Because it's cunning lore check that I actually passed. My lore talent.
You notice? Well, no.
It's only if you deem it appropriate. If you don't think there's anything appropriate, then that's
yeah. The only thing that he tells you is that he got this in the Kokori Wilds, and supposedly the spiders there are almost unseen.
And would I know anything of spider silk cloaks? Would I know anything of them at all?
The only thing is it just makes maybe detection a little bit harder to see you in certain
Which is what I thought, then, yeah.
certain I guess you could say shades of darkness and light and shadows and
Yeah.
things like that.
And do I sense any coming off any of the jewelry kind of items that you mentioned at all?
Yeah, one of the rings you sense some power on. Necklace as well.
Do you want me to do a magic check?
You see some glowstones. Actually, you see a necklace that looks to be of Orlesian type of quality, actually.
Cultural, historical, like would I know if it has any significance, if it's been written about or spoken
Okay.
about, or if it's anything special?
Well, there's a sort of like this is in the shape of a heart, but it is made out of amethyst.
I kind of like try to look as like sort of slightly uninterested as I possibly can. So I'll happily do like a deception roll against them if you need me to. I'm kind of just going to say like, I mean, these look nice-ish. I mean, nothing really that jumps out at me. What kind of price would you be looking at for a couple of these? And I kind of just pick a few of the items and I throw a few like of the less valuable looking stuff in there as well, so it looks like I don't know what I'm talking about or doing. You know? And I kind of for these items, and I kind of just like 4 or 5 items.
1 gold apiece.
So let's say that 2 of the items were kind of pointless. If I take 2 of them out, so you're wanting 3 gold for these. Would you maybe do? Like I said, I actually want to create a good partnership with you and a good sort of business relationship. So I want to show you that our money's good. So I want to buy something from you. I'm not that interested in them, but maybe would you do it for maybe 2 gold for these 3 items?
If you don't want to buy them, you don't have to, and we can still work out something business wise. You don't